Wagwan lovely people, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some curry, cabbage and plain rice in my kitchen. So forward, let me show you wagwan. So here in my pot I have 1.5 cups of water. To that I'm going to add 2 cups of coconut milk. Afterwards I'm going to add some natural seasoning. So here I'm adding some scallion and thyme. I will leave all the ingredients down below, so remember to check it out. So here I'm adding a little salt, so you add the salt to your taste. Afterwards I'm going to give it a good stir and cover the pot and let it come to a boil. So here it is boiling, so I'm going to add the rice. So I am using parboiled rice. You can use the rice of your choice. So here I am adding a tablespoon of butter. Afterwards I'm going to give it a good stir. Also I'm going to add a scotch bonnet pepper. After I am finished stirring it, I am going to cover the pot and let it steam on a medium flame until the liquid almost dries out. So as you can see, the liquid is almost fully dried out, so I'm going to cover the pot and let it steam on a low flame. So here I have my cabbage. I wash it and soak it in some salt water to remove all the impurities. I have my scallion, onion, scotch bonnet pepper, thyme, garlic and sweet pepper. So I will leave the amount that I'm using in the description box below. So as you can see guys, I minced my garlic, I chopped my onion. So now I'm going to cut my cabbage. So here I am cutting up the cabbage. This is how I do it guys, I don't know how you do yours. So I am finished cutting up the cabbage. So I'm going to cut the scallion and the scotch bonnet pepper. So I'm not going to be using a big piece of scotch bonnet pepper guys, but I can use this pepper to your taste. So I am finished cutting up the cabbage and prepping the seasoning. So what I'm going to do now is to start preparing it. So I'm also going to be using some carrots. So I'm just going to check on the rice. The rice is finished steaming. So I like my rice to be shelly. If you like yours to be softer, then you can always adjust the liquid to the ratio of the rice. So here I'm just removing the natural seasoning from the pot. Afterwards I'm just going to fluff up the rice a little. I added a few tablespoons of oil into the pot. So here I'm adding my garlic, onion and scotch bonnet pepper. So I'm going to saute it for a few minutes, probably about 2 minutes, on a very low flame. Afterwards I'm going to add the curry. So here I am using a pack of better pack curry. So I'm just going to add it into the pot. Just gonna let the curry burn for about a minute just to bring out the flavor of it. Afterwards, I am going to add the rest of the ingredients. I will be adding half cup of coconut milk into the pot, so I'm just going to add a little each time just to free up the curry. So I am going to finish adding the seasoning. So I'm adding the thyme. Afterwards, I'm going to add the carrot and the sweet peppers. Then I'm going to saute them for about 2 minutes. I'm just going to season up the pot. So here I'm adding some all-purpose seasoning. So I'm not going to be adding any salt. So I'm just going to add the all-purpose seasoning to my taste. So ensure that you do that as well. So after I am finished adding the coconut milk, I am going to let it come to a boil, and when it is almost fully dried out, then I'm going to add the cabbage. Now it's time for me to add my cabbage. So I am going to add it gradually. So ensure that when you add the cabbage, you coat it very well in the curry. I'm adding some black pepper. So if you add a lot of scotch bonnet pepper, you don't need to add the black pepper, but I only use a small piece, so I'm going to add it. So I'm just going to add some scallion now, because remember I did not add them. Also, I like a lot of sweet pepper in my food, so I'm adding some more. So this recipe is stir fry, so I will not be covering the pot at all. So what I'm going to do is to just stir it occasionally. So I will do this for about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm using a medium-high flame. So the only time you're supposed to cover your pot is when you finish steaming it. If you like, at this time you can